from my perspective, trading stops you from your development, because I'm as an entrepreneur, once I open a deal, it's completely took all my attention.
That's the trading psychology, which is biggest part of trading. So technical skills is something everybody can learn. The psychology and the mindset is what differentiates a successful trader who can do it for a living and create a lot of wealth from it, to someone who just gives up, even if their results weren't that bad. Put it this way, not everybody can be a salesman.
Sure.
Not everybody
can be a trader. That's simple.
Exactly.
This is more about professional investments, professional trading, etc., because I always was on the retail side, and we don't use all this data. We usually see a triangle, and wants to predict it will go up or down.
Absolutely. But look, there's a way of drawing that triangle too. If you're drawing a triangle on castrated data, then your triangle is wrong. Even if you do draw a triangle.
You know, this is the most common question I ask everyone. What about the triangles? How it works? How it happens? Why we see a triangle on the market, on a chart? Who created this?
Look, it's a very simple fundamental theory of accumulation, manipulation, and distribution sort of thing, right? So triangles and those kind of formations, they're an accumulation. There is an auction is happening. People are actively buying and selling, and there's some sort of agreement at that price.
But
right?
on a crypto field, if you don't see a lot of people, we don't see a lot of retails, and we see the triangles on every instrument. This is all manipulation, and I'm not talking about...
Oh yeah, absolutely. There are tools there that will allow you to print any kind of chart you want.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm sure there are.
So you can like build a model, push a button, and then it will manipulate a price the way that you want.
Unfortunately so.
I think it's cool. It's cool to be that guy who can write this type of software. Maybe it's a little bit illegal.
Well, it depends for what purpose, right? If you're doing it to manipulate the market, or if you're doing it to rug pull people, yeah, great. It's illegal. But if you do it for R&D, yeah, you can do whatever.
But imagine how it's cool. You can create your own triangle, then goes up and then immediately goes down.
No, absolutely.
Everyone goes short and you go up again. That's what we see on the market every time.
The reason why not too many people go in that direction, because that in itself costs money, because you have to move the market, then you have to take it down, then you have to move the market again. So if you have some money to burn and you want to have a laugh at it, then sure, why not?
In 2024, I think that we have not an era or a year, I don't know how to say it, of these softwares, because
Yes.
I met more and more people that started to implement their software tools also for trading, like HFT software, algo trading bots, and also coin glass. Maybe you know about the liquidity.
Yeah.
Maybe we can speak a little bit more about fundamental things.
Sure.
Like I'm familiar with coin glass and with the liquidity, chart, liquidation map. It's like when they show all the orders on a map.
Just the old orders that got liquidated, how far they went down.
A lot of people think that they don't understand why the market always go to these zones. Let's say now we have a Bitcoin price around 65. Then we have some people who sell, some people who buy. And we see that all the stops for the buyers, allocated around 62.
Yeah.
And the price 100% will hit 62, will turn around immediately and go, to 68.
Yeah.
How it works, I cannot understand really, because we see this and then it happens.
I've experienced that personally too. So when I started trading personally, crypto,
Do you do it
right now don't have enough time to commit to it, similar to yourself.
Okay.
But I started from getting curious about learning how to trade and so on and so forth. But my interest was more about the theory and the swing side of things, as opposed to scalping, because too time consuming. And I've read a couple of books about Elliott Wave theory. This is a theory from a very long time ago when electronic trading wasn't even a thing.
Do you remember these days when the guys made a call and see the chart?
So I don't remember those days because I wasn't there in those days. I think I wasn't born when Elliott Wave wrote his theory. But people would take data from the newspapers. This is the time when Elliott Wave theory got created. Basically, a simple thing, it tells you that this market has impulses and corrections. And every impulse has a set of impulses and corrections, right? Just at a high level. If you take his theory and the various numbers and metrics and rules that apply to his theory and layer it over a Bitcoin chart, it's a perfect match.
The question is why? I can understand.
I'll start, why do Fibonacci numbers work? There are several things, I would say. I think some people tune their strategies to some of these parameters, and there are some algos running in the background using these strategies and relying on these numbers, and they have certain stop losses and limit orders very around specific numbers. Plus there's psychological numbers. For example, 69 or 70,000 is a psychological number, 80,000 is a psychological number. Think of it yourself as a trader, right? When you put a stop loss somewhere, let's say you have a massive position. When you put a stop loss, what are you going to do? You're going to put 70,100,934, or you're just going to put 71,000, done, finished. Easier, right? You're not going to sit down and type in 5-6 different numbers. If you do, your brain is going to ask you, why this number? Why not 2 more or too low? But 71,000 is a round number. People like to operate in round numbers. So if it's retail, it's going to use round numbers.
How many years we can continue to work on this Wild West market? Because I think that we are on a final stage of this crypto
outlaw.
Yeah.
But look, I think crypto Wild West is going to come to an end, in my opinion,
very soon,
within 5 years. I believe people will still enjoy decentralized, the benefits of decentralized crypto ecosystems, but the risks associated with centralized are going to reduce drastically. By the time we get to those stages, I think we're going to go through some turbulence, as sort of needed. You need to break something to make something. But such is life.
Can you explain why everybody expects the bull market on altcoins?
It's a liquidity. It's just flow of liquidity, simple as. So all starts from Bitcoin. It's hierarchical model of pyramid. It starts from Bitcoin. As Bitcoin appreciates and gets more boring, people take certain profits from the fundamentals and diversify them into...
That's what everybody talking about, but I didn't see that, guys. I don't know. Let's say you and I, we have $100 million. Mm-hmm. So what we will do, we'll sell our Bitcoins, buy Ethereum. Ethereum will grow, then we'll sell Ethereum and buy Solana and other coins, and then we will move from one token to another. That's how it works.
That's literally how it has worked since the inception of crypto. But the question is why? Right? Why do you go from Bitcoin to, let's say, Solana? The only reason why you go to Solana today is because, the memcoin volumes are going nuts and the transactions are going high, the usage is increasing, right? If you're a smart investor, you only look at the adoption of an ecosystem for a specific use case. If you just see, the project sounds good, but has no real usage or no adoption or no actual use case for that adoption, it doesn't make any sense.
Do you know any coin that had a real use case? Except
just technical use cases, right? Those are technical theories.
This is a blockchain for blockchain.
Correct. So that's what I'm saying. We're like, this is how we started our conversation, right? We're saying, right, these economies are being built, which fragmenting the entire space, right? That's why you have all these bridges between these chains, and then they get hacked. But besides that, we're creating all these ecosystems because we don't know what we're building for what exactly. We know that there's a technological opportunity. There's an opportunity to make things faster. Solana. There's an opportunity to make things more reliable. Something else. There's an opportunity to do this. There's an opportunity to do that. Great. We've done all these things. It's R&D experimentation and trying to fit something into real world. But most of these attempts are going to be fitting a square peg into a round hole. It's not going to fit, so it's going to die, and something else is going to be more sticky. But transaction speed is important, resilience is important, security is important, reliability is important. Solana dies every other day because of memes. Transaction cost is important. Like, all these things are important, but then because of this hype and this desire to invest into R&D of a future economy or future currency or ecosystems of value, there's a lot of experimentation, and that's good. That's healthy. It has to happen. Because only this is how we'll be able to say, okay, this worked, and this is why it worked, and it's not going to work because so and so. I think we have to go through this period to come to a more mature stage. It's common sense.
Insight that I get that with this crypto was created a new market, because 15 years ago this market doesn't exist at all. It was, commodities market, stock market, mm-hmm. and forex market. And for me in 2009, Forex market was something new because I just saw an advertising of it. And now we have a crypto market, crypto with a lot of projects. And if 10 years ago it was only Bitcoin, 8 years ago it was Ethereum, now it's thousands of assets, if you can call them assets, on this market, and it's become normal. It's like Forex 15 years ago. I'm not sure, but if you'll check the volatility on the Forex market 15 years ago, I remembered how I was liquidated on a Japan yen in 2011, 13 years ago. It was more volatility on the market from my perspective than now.
Yeah, sure.
And we can set up parallels with crypto, and it will happen here sooner or later.
Absolutely, but besides the new market, we created a new economy. It's a whole another thing.
Hey, if you like this video, don't forget to watch a full episode and also check the links in the description below.